Hello, my name is Sean, and this is Cruise Through Life, with your cruise news for February 27th, 2025. And do we have some news today? We have a fabulous rescue at sea, we have sickness on board, a tilting ship, a cruise rebrand, and the most popular lunch option on Carnival cruise lines. Our first story is a cruise rescue off the coast of Mexico. On Wednesday, February 26th, Brilliance of the Sea, which is currently sailing out of New Orleans on an LGBTQIA+ private charter cruise with Vikaya, spotted a boat that appeared to be in distress and immediately took action to turn around and investigate the apparent distressed boat. The Brilliance of the Seas dispatched one of their lifeboats to act as a rescue boat and made several trips between the two vessels. Once on board, the 11 individuals were given medical care, food, water, and warm clothing. Guests on board the ship rallied to help and collected dry clothes for the rescued individuals, while Royal Caribbean provided emergency care. I've never been on a ship during a rescue, but this happens fairly frequently, and truthfully, I love that this is actually part of international maritime law. This is one of those things that really shouldn't have to be law. It's about being good people. It's not like on land where if you need help, you go to the closest hospital or call for help. In the middle of the ocean, if your boat or some piece of equipment for navigation or something fails, there is no help unless you come across another ship. Some people get mad about cruise lines saving people because I paid my money to be here and they just get picked up. But y'all, it ain't like they're living it up with the guests. Like, yeah, they're taken care of for food and such, but they ain't going to the shows and the water slides and things like that. So personally, I love this and I hope it never changes. Cruise story number 2, people need to learn to wash their hands. Holland America's Eurodam left Port Everglades on February 19th on a 10-day cruise, making multiple stops in the Caribbean. 97 passengers and 9 crew members have reported feeling ill. That's just shy of 5% of the passengers on board and just over 1% of the crew on board. The predominant symptoms are reported to be diarrhea and vomiting. Holland America has increased cleaning and disinfection procedures along with isolating the ill passengers and crew members. Norovirus is everywhere this year, not just on cruise ships, but come on people, wash your hands before you eat and after you use the facilities. There are hand washing stations available and people reminding you to wash your hands in the buffet. The best way to keep yourself from getting sick is hand washing. We've known this for a long time, and this is the second cruise ship this month from Holland America that has had to deal with it. Earlier this month, the Rotterdam had an outbreak of norovirus, so Holland America's having a rough time this month. Cruise story number 3 has to do with tipping ships. Cruise ships never worry about the weather they can see. They are constantly monitoring weather systems on land and relaying that information to the ships to avoid sailing into dangerous weather conditions. The problem, however, is the weather that isn't seen. Yesterday, February 26th, the Crown Princess listed or tilted to one side in Fiordland, New Zealand. 13 passengers and 3 crew members reported minor injuries. The Crown Princess encountered strong winds during a course change that caused the ship to tilt briefly beyond its usual movement before it stabilized. The Lido deck pool flooded a dining area, and the shops and galleys had items coming off the shelves, but these were quickly cleaned up and the ship sustained no structural damage. This is wild to me. I mean, it makes sense. We can't perfectly predict every weather pattern that's going to happen, but they flooded a dining area with the Lido pool. Come on. I mean, could you imagine sitting there and having a nice snack or lunch and all of a sudden the ship is listing and water is flooding over your feet? I'd be in panic mode for sure. Our next cruise story is a cruise rebrand, but not just any cruise rebrand. It's a rebrand back to cruising past. Resorts World Cruises has announced a brand transition, bringing back the Star Cruises and Dream Cruises brands. In a press release, they stated the transition is expected to take about 3 months and marks the return to the company's original identities. The Resorts World 1 will be renamed the Star Navigator and will join the Star Voyager under the Star Cruises brand, while the Gentling Dream will continue sailing under Dream Cruises. This transition is being done to cater to more specific market segments, so you can basically think of this as like Carnival and Seabourn or Royal and Celebrity. Dream Cruises will focus on luxury cruising, while Star Cruises will sail from Singapore and hopes to expand their presence in the Asian cruise market. Our final cruise news story comes from Carnival. Brand Ambassador John Heald, currently on the FFS cruise, and no, that's not what you're thinking, it's the For Fun's Sake cruise, being Carnival, aboard the Carnival Magic, posted a poll to his popular Facebook page stating, if you could only choose one item for lunch here on the Carnival Magic, which item would you choose on this lovely sea day? 15,500 people answered the poll in favor of one particular option, and if you sail on Carnival, you probably know what that is. More than half of the respondents to the poll stated that Guy's Burger Joint is their favorite lunch option, although many stated that while it was their favorite, they couldn't eat it every day and were happy to have other options to experience. Do you love Guy's Burger Joint? Should I book my first Carnival cruise for it? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're down there, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel with the notification bell turned on and all that other YouTube stuff. I hope to see you on board sometime soon.